So we're going to make a keychain using the Holiday Home stamp set and the Stampin' Up! White Simply Pressed clay. So what I've done is I've taken a ball of the clay and I've softened it up between my fingers. I just wanted a couple of flat plates. Now these are from the Texture Boutique. You could use anything that you wanted to, but I'm just going to use those to squish them down. You can squish this between two ink pads or use your brayer, whatever you want. These were just handy, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to put the ball there and just push down nice and firm. I don't want it too thin, so you can kind of see the thickness, maybe about 1/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to peel that off and just move it over because I don't want it to be stuck too firmly on there. Next, I am taking my Memento ink pad and I'm inking up my stamp from the from the Holiday Home, and I'm going to stamp that right on, and I'm going to push down a little bit. So there it is. What I'm going to do is take my X-Acto knife and very carefully cut out the shape. Now I tried this with the coordinating framelits and it doesn't work. We can touch up those edges afterwards. Now these bits don't have any ink on them, so I'm going to put that back into the bag and save it for another project. Make sure you seal up your bag really well so it doesn't dry up on you. Alright, so that looks a little bit messy, but that's okay. We're going to go back and we're going to smush down and trim off any extras that we need to trim off. And just kind of reshape your house as you need to. Okay, I'm quite happy with that. So now I'm going to set it aside to dry and then come back and color it. Okay, just like coloring on paper, I'm going to start with my lighter shade of blue and color that in. Next, I'm taking my darker shade and going right on top. My darker shade of blue. And I'm going to go back with my lighter shade down near the bottom. And blend it in. Now for the roof, I'm using my shades of brown, starting with my lighter, working my way up. And I'm leaving some patches of that lighter color through. And now adding some darker color, and I'm just kind of going on there randomly. Just like that. Green. And just add some green on those bottom window boxes. And I'm actually going to do green around the door as well. Our house has a green door, but I love the look of red doors. So we're going to use red for the door. My next shade of red. And my darker shade of red. Just like I did the roof, I'm just kind of being a little sporadic where I put it, just so some of the lighter red can come through. Time to color in the windows, make some lights come alive inside that house. And this one too in the door. Putting on some medium, and I'm just going in the top right diagonals of each window where I'm putting this. And a little bit of that light orange just in the center. Just like that. Now I'm taking my color lifter and just blending that all in. And you can see it move the ink around. And rub it off my scrap paper. Looks really cool. Go ahead and add it all the way across on the top. Blend it all in. On the door. Very cool. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just put in a little hole. To do that, I'm going to use my paper piercer and just make a tiny little hole. And then we'll set that aside to dry. And we'll leave this overnight. So here's my finished keychain. Isn't it cute? I totally love it. It's adorable, and I want to make some for Christmas gifts now. So the clay dried. Now, bear in mind, the Stampin' Up! Simply Pressed clay does not dry hard like traditional clay. It's bendable, you see? It's almost like a stiff fun foam, but it's very dry and it's really hard and it's quite durable. So once it dried, I covered it with Crystal Effects so you can get that cool glossy look, and it really brings out the colors. See in the windows? Really, really nice. And then I let this set actually overnight, and then the next day I flipped it over and then I added Crystal Effects on the back. To finish it, I added a jump ring in the center, just a little circular ring, and I already had this piece here, so I just attached that to the jump ring, but you can add anything. You can add a piece of ribbon, and I did embellish it, my keychain, with a little bit of ribbon like that, and you can embellish it however you like. And I added my house key, and I just think this is the cutest thing ever. I am in love. I'm so glad I decided to do this project for our Passport Pal post, because I really had a lot of fun making this, and I truly cannot wait to make more. How unique, how individual I just think it's really, really cool. And I hope you do too. So have fun with it. Thanks for watching. Thank you for being one of our loyal customers, and we appreciate you. Happy stamping!